Hey, what is up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing amazing out there on this fine Wednesday afternoon. You guys, I am coming to you on behalf of the Cam Fats YouTube channel, wanting to talk to you about the Mandela Effect again. I want to talk to you about this Karate Kid Mandela Effect. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably already familiar with it. The idea that the headband, the bandana, or as the Japanese call it, Hitachaki. I'm saying that wrong, but we'll get into what it's actually called in a minute. But many people have a belief that this bandana has changed, and I want to get into some things that I think you're going to find a little bit eye-opening when it comes to this particular Mandela effect. So without further ado, let me go ahead and go over to screen share, and we'll get into what I'm talking about. So I want to go ahead and share my little mind map screen with you guys. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Before I even get started with that, let me pull up this this little window here so I can see if anyone's watching this live. I can see what you are chatting about, so I can answer you if you have any questions for me or anything like that. But anyways, that being said, let's get on into the mind map, guys. Before we even get started, though, I do want to say, man, if you like this video, if you like what we're doing here, thumbs up. All right. Be sure to comment, leave me a comment. Let's get into it, guys. All right. So here's what we're talking about. The Mandela effect that I'm speaking about, in case you don't know about this one already. Here's the original headband. Here's the way we see it now in the Karate Kid. The way it's supposedly always been. And that's a picture of a white lotus or a blue lotus or a black lotus, but I believe either white or blue. This is a lotus on this headband now. And that's the way it is now. And if we look at the meaning of the lotus, the white lotus flower, pink lotus flower from the Nelumbo family are seen as meaning purity and devotion. The blue lotus flower blooms can take on a spiritual meaning of ascension, enlightenment, or rebirth. That's interesting. That's the way it is now. And it kind of makes sense if you consider the movie and how things went, and that's great. But the thing is, a lot of us don't remember this headband. It seems foreign to many of us. All right. So a lot of us remember it looking something like this rising sun with the two little symbols on each side of it. There's a better picture of it. A lot of us remember it looking something like this, or even something like that without the symbols, right? A lot of us remember it looking like that. I pulled that picture right from eBay, right? Children's Karate Kid fancy dress costume warrior outfit. So many people remember this. And I think it's interesting. And you know, a lot of people say, well, people are misremembering. You know, you're remembering that because of something that was on the back of the outfit, and that's why you're remembering it. Okay, you know, I got to tell you something. First off, I've never seen so many people misremembering so many things as I have in the last couple of years. I mean, that's never been something I was interested in. People misremembering things, large groups of people misremembering things exactly the same. That's never been a thing before, but now all of a sudden, just these thousands and thousands of people just misremembering something the wrong way. I mean, it's really odd if you think about it. I mean, it's kind of baffling, you know, just out of the blue, all of a sudden, just hundreds of thousands of people remembering something the wrong way. Remembering it exactly the same, the wrong way. Anyways, now let me get to the point of this video. And number 4, what I wanted to do was I wanted to figure out what people thought of this headband. So I took to Facebook and I put a picture of this headband right here on Facebook, and I said, hey man, can anybody tell me what these two kanji symbols mean, koji symbols, whatever they're called. These two symbols here. Can anyone tell me what these two symbols mean on this bandana? I didn't mention Karate Kid or anything like that. I just asked if anyone could tell me what those things mean. And I have about 5,000 friends on Facebook, okay? I'm not going to lie. I'm almost maxed out on Facebook, and it's a bunch of people who don't know anything about Mandela Effect. They don't care about Mandela Effect. All of them care about making money straight up and down. That's what they care about, making money. They don't care about that. So they're not conspiracy theorists. For the most part, they're not conspiracy theorists. So here's the question I ask right here. Here's a little screen capture of what I ask on Facebook, right? Does anyone know what the two kanji on this hichamaki mean? Now, that's the Japanese word for this bandana. It's called a hichamaki. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. If so, I apologize to all my Japanese viewers. That's the word, right? And we're going to get into that. So I'm going to show you, I just posted this, and we're going to figure out what people responded to this in a minute. We're going to go to Facebook in a minute, and I'm going to show you what people are responding to this, because I thought it was pretty amazing when I started seeing some of the responses. I wanted to see what people were going to say to this particular question, and I think you guys are going to be pretty amazed. But before that, let's get a little bit deeper into this. Now you know what the Mandela Effect is I'm talking about here, and most of you are probably familiar with this Mandela Effect. I want to show you something else I saw the other night. This is the Alien Ant Farm. Alien Ant Farm is a band. They're a rock band, right? And you know, they're a pretty successful rock band. Alien Ant Farm, they did a song called Movies, right? Released as the first single from their album Anthology. It was a very, very popular album in 2001. Then they re-released it to a larger audience after the success of their Smooth Criminal cover. Because this is the rock band that covered the Michael Jackson song Smooth Criminal. So if you ever hear the rock and roll version of Smooth Criminal, that's Alien Ant Farm, all right? And they covered Smooth Criminal, and it kind of blew them up. So they re-released this movie song after it blew up, right? It peaked only at number 18 on the US Modern Rock chart. It remained on the chart for 32 weeks, 5 weeks longer than Smooth Criminal, which hit number 1. Guys, this was a very popular song by Alien Ant Farm. People liked this song, all right? There was 3 music videos made for this single, one of which was shot before the success of Smooth Criminal. And then the second video revolves around them playing at a house party. But then there's a bigger budget reshoot music video for Movies released after the success of Smooth Criminal, which shows the band jumping through the screen at a movie theater and interacting with the audience in homages to Ghostbusters, Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Karate Kid, including an appearance by the film's co-star Pat Morita. I'm probably saying that wrong. And Edward Scissorhands. The point is, this music video is very interesting, because I want to show you something about this music video. All right. We're talking about a music video that features an actor from the original Karate Kid. Okay. This guy here, Pat Morita. Everybody knows this guy. This is Mr. Miyagi. Everybody knows this guy. He was featured in this video. So let's take a look at the video here. And what this video is doing is it's kind of spoofing, it's paying homage to movies these guys liked. So let's take a look at it. I'm not going to play the sound because I don't want YouTube to get mad at me. But I want to take you to the part in question here. So let this thing load up for a minute. I'm going to go. Now you guys can go find this video on your own if you want to look at it for yourself. It's Alien Ant Farm Movies. All right. Alien Ant Farm Movies. And I want to get to the part in here. I want to get to the part in here where it's about 2 minutes and 20. Here we go. It's about 2 minutes and 20 seconds in is when the Karate Kid starts happening. I'll let this thing play. Well, any day now. Come on, man. Close Facebook. Maybe that'll help a little bit. All right. Boom. You can see, because I got a few windows open here, I can see that, my quality is like really horrible. I'm going to try to get it a little bit better here. But I hope that you can see that in this Alien Ant Farm video, they're referencing that bandana that I showed you guys, the Mandela affected bandana. You guys can look at this movie for yourself, but they're referencing that old. There it is. You guys can see it right there. They're referencing a version. They're referencing a version of this. They're referencing a version of this. All right, they're referencing a version of that. It's not quite the same. It's a little bit different, but it's very similar, right? They're referencing a version of this. I mean, it looks absolutely nothing like this Blue Lotus. Not a single thing like it. And the reason why I think it's interesting is because they actually have an actor from the original movie. I mean, you think he would have told him, hey, man, this bandana is way wrong. So there he gets down, and then who comes in? Boom, it's Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi's in the music video. He comes in to the rescue, jumps into the screen, helps him up. Guys, Mr. Miyagi would have noticed that the headband was wrong. Like the bandana in this movie is iconic. This is a really, really famous movie. Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid, was a really famous movie. That's one of the actors from the original movie. I mean, he would have pointed out that the headband was way, way wrong. Why is this headband white with this red rising sun and these two symbols when it's supposed to look like a Blue Lotus? I mean, he would have told him that. It wouldn't have made sense. The movie was iconic. The headband was iconic. This was a big budget video. This was the third time they shot this video for this song after their success of Smooth Criminal. It was a big budget video shot by Geffen Records. They probably spent $500,000 to $1 million on this video. I would say they spent about $500,000 shooting this video. The Cobra Kai outfits look pretty good. They look pretty true to form. This looks very, very similar to Danielson's outfit, except for this headband, which is way, way different than what his headband supposedly looks like now. So that's very, very strange. And it kind of blows me away. When you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. They were paying homage to these movies. It doesn't make sense that the headband would be so wrong because the headband is iconic. So it doesn't make sense. They have the original Mr. Miyagi in the video. It doesn't make sense that this headband would be so wrong, you guys. It doesn't make any sense. So I wanted to point that out. All right, but let's move on. Okay. So that's the alien ant farm video, which I thought was very, very eye-opening. Okay. So what is this bandana that so many people remember? All right. Because I told you the Blue Lotus seemed like it meant something, but I didn't understand what the original bandana meant with the rising sun and the symbols and stuff. I didn't know exactly, what that meant. So I had to look it up, and it was a hachimaki. Right? Hachimaki is a stylized headband in Japanese culture, usually made of red or white cloth. They are worn as a symbol of effort or courage by the wearer, or to simply keep sweat off one's face. But do you see, like, this fits with the grain of Karate Kid, a symbol of effort or courage worn by the wearer. That's everything that embodies what the Karate Kid was as a movie: effort and courage. The origin of Hachimaki is uncertain, but here's what's interesting. Here's some common slogans on the Hachimaki. Number 1, success, determined to win. Japan, divine wind, fighting spirit. Some of these make a lot of sense for what was the Karate Kid was. But I wasn't really satisfied with that. I really wanted to know the one that I had from the movie that I recognized from the costume. I wanted to know what those symbols meant. I wanted to know what these symbols meant. So what I did was I started looking them up myself, but I didn't have any luck with like apps. The app I had wasn't seeming to be able to translate these symbols for me. And when I tried doing them myself and trying to figure it out, I didn't come up with nothing that fit with these. So I took to Facebook to try to see if anyone else knew what these symbols meant. So I didn't mention Karate Kid at all, right? So I said, how do people remember the bandana when I don't mention the movie, right? I told you guys that freaking bandana was iconic. I told you. The movie is iconic. The bandana is iconic. So when I put this post on Facebook, do you really think people are not going to reference the Karate Kid movie? I promise you they are, and they did. And that's what I want to show you now. So we're going to my Facebook right now. This is not a bunch of people who follow Mandela Effect or conspiracy theory. That's not what these people are about. But I got a bunch of people on my Facebook friends list. So when we go over here and we look, my internet's being slow today. Sorry, guys. So there's my post, right? Does anyone know what the 2 kanji on this Hachimaki mean, right? You see I posted about an hour ago. 7 comments already. This guy writes, first rule, Miyagi do karate. Karate for defense only. He's referencing the Karate Kid. This guy posts, wax on, wax off. He's referencing the Karate Kid. This guy writes, Karate Kid's headband says, Danye-san always look honest. This guy's referencing the Karate Kid. This guy says, it's an ancient phrase. Each one represents a different word. And I think, okay. But then I look a little further down and I see the one on the left translates to Mandela and the one on the right is effect. So this guy knows what's up. That's Chris James. He already knows what's up. Then he talks about using Google Lens. Unfortunately, I tried using Google Lens and it didn't work for me. Check it out. Turned on camera, pointed to my dog. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. The point is, several people referenced the Karate Kid when I put this headband up here, you guys. And the funny thing is, it's only been up here for an hour. If I left it up here for 24 hours, I'd have a ton more comments. A lot of them will probably reference the Karate Kid. All right. So I find that pretty interesting. Hold on a second. Let me turn off my screen share. So I find that, I find it pretty interesting, man. I find it pretty interesting. let me check my chat, see if anyone is on this thing live, and I'll say hi to people and stuff. I haven't done any videos for a little while. Not because I couldn't have done videos, but just because you know I have other things I'm trying to get done with my business right now, and I've been kind of busy. But I see a lot of things that I could talk about when it comes to Mandela Effect. A lot of it's being covered by other people, so I don't necessarily feel like I need to cover Mandela effects. I really like to talk about things when I can push the conversation forward. That's what I'm really interested in doing. I'm really interested in kind of like advancing the conversation. So a lot of times I'll cover Mandela effects that other people have already talked about, but I feel like I have an interesting thing to add to the conversation. And when I have something interesting like that to add, that's when I like to do videos. So yeah, but hey, tell me what you guys think of this video. Um, Healthy living and other things on here. What's up, Healthy Living? Bias Kabodi on here. What's up, Fia? Anita on here. What's going on? Hope everybody's doing well out there. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Fact is, I don't make these videos because I care what I think. I make these videos because I'm interested in what you guys think. Fia says, she thought it was definitely a red headband. She had the Karate Kid costume when he was a kid. I was a huge fan of the movie as well as into karate. The Rising Stud handband was a huge part of the movie. Even had the toy. I agree, man. I agree. Watch the Healthy Living. Watch the original Karate Kid in the '80s. Just try to do a Google image search. Mind blown. So yeah, it's crazy. So anyways, yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. It's pretty weird. It's a wild thing. The only thing I ask, guys, is I know not everyone's going to believe the same way. Not everybody remembers everything the same way. All I ask is that everybody shows each other respect. Don't disrespect each other just because you don't remember things the same as somebody else. We all don't need to I don't know, like it's weird around the Mandela effect. It feels like people want to stamp a big dominance stamp on memory or something. And I think that we can all have a conversation and move the conversation forward without having to agree on everything. And we can do that without insulting each other because we're all adults here. We don't need to insult each other. So that being said, man, hope you guys are all doing amazing out there. Hope this video comes through all right. I'm not sure if I'm having internet issues or not, but I hope this video gets out to you okay, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody.